Imagine waking up 1 year from today, only to discover that your life hasn't changed at all. The same income. The same struggles. The same excuses. The same dreams still waiting for us someday. The painful truth is that most people don't fail because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They fail because they never conquer the one enemy that follows them everywhere, their own mind. You can work longer hours than anyone around you. You can sacrifice your weekends, stay busy every day, and still never reach the success you dream about. Why? Because hard work without the right mindset is like trying to sail a ship with its anchor still buried in the ocean floor. The effort is real, but progress is painfully slow. Your mind is the command center of your entire life. Every decision you make, every opportunity you notice, every risk you take, and every dream you pursue begins with a single thought. If your thoughts are controlled by fear, self-doubt, and negative expectations, your actions will always reflect those beliefs. You'll hesitate when you should act, quit when you should persist, and settle for less than you're capable of achieving. But the moment you transform your thinking, your entire future begins to change. When you replace fear with courage, excuses with responsibility, and doubt with confidence, you unlock a level of potential that has been waiting inside you all along. Success is never created by circumstances alone. It is created by the person you become in your mind before the world ever sees your results. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you will ever accomplish. Think of it as the blueprint of a skyscraper. If the blueprint is weak, the building will never stand strong. But when the foundation is built on belief, discipline, resilience, and constant growth, nothing can stop you from reaching extraordinary heights. 2. Master yourself before you try to master the world. There is one battle that determines every victory or defeat you will ever experience. It isn't fought in your workplace. It isn't fought in the marketplace. It is fought quietly inside your own mind. The greatest achievers understand a powerful truth. Before you can control your future, you must first learn to control yourself. Most people spend their lives trying to change their circumstances while completely ignoring the thoughts and emotions that create those circumstances in the first place. Success begins with self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to step outside your emotions and honestly observe yourself. It allows you to recognize why you think the way you do, why certain situations upset you, and why you continue repeating the same habits year after year. Without this awareness, life becomes automatic. You react without thinking. A single criticism ruins your confidence. One disappointment convinces you to quit. Someone else's opinion becomes more powerful than your own dreams. But the moment you become aware of your inner world, everything starts to change. Think about the last time you became angry, discouraged, or frustrated. Did those emotions appear out of nowhere? Or were they triggered by something deeper, perhaps an old fear, a painful memory, or a belief you've carried for years? Every emotional reaction has a source. Until you discover that source, it will continue controlling your decisions. That is why successful people pause before they react. They don't allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. They understand that every response is a choice. Imagine someone criticizing your work. One person immediately becomes defensive, argues, and walks away feeling defeated. Another listens carefully, separates emotion from information, and asks, "What can I improve?" The situation is identical, yet the outcome is completely different. The difference isn't talent. It's emotional mastery. Your emotions are not your enemies. Fear, disappointment, frustration, and even failure are not signs that something is wrong with you. They are messages. They reveal what needs attention, what needs healing, and where growth is waiting. The danger begins only when emotions become your master instead of your messenger. Whenever life tests you, give yourself permission to pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself one powerful question. Am I reacting from emotion or responding with wisdom? That single question has the power to change relationships, careers, businesses, and even entire lives. Emotional discipline is one of the rarest qualities in today's world. Many people speak first and think later. They make decisions while angry, fearful, or discouraged, then spend months repairing the damage those few emotional moments created. Wise people do the opposite. They remain calm when others panic. They think clearly when others become overwhelmed. They understand that every storm eventually passes, but the decisions made during the storm often last forever. Building this level of self-control requires practice. One of the simplest habits is writing down your thoughts every day. A journal becomes a mirror for your mind. It reveals patterns you would never notice otherwise. You begin to recognize what motivates you, what drains your energy, and what repeatedly holds you back. Another powerful habit is learning to sit quietly with your thoughts. Even a few minutes of silence each day can strengthen your focus and sharpen your awareness. Instead of allowing your mind to race in every direction, you learn to observe your thoughts without immediately believing every one of them. This simple practice creates space between what happens to you and how you choose to respond. Never ignore your emotions. Many people bury disappointment, fear, or sadness, believing that ignoring those feelings makes them disappear. It doesn't. Hidden emotions quietly influence your choices until they eventually surface in unhealthy ways. Real strength comes from facing your emotions with honesty. Understand them. Learn from them. Then transform them into wisdom instead of allowing them to become obstacles. Self-awareness also teaches you one of life's most valuable lessons. You cannot say yes to every person without eventually saying no to yourself. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is necessary. Know when to rest. Know when to walk away from negativity. Know when to refuse opportunities that do not align with your purpose. Every time you honor your values instead of seeking everyone's approval, your confidence becomes stronger. The journey toward self-mastery never truly ends. Every day reveals something new about who you are and who you can become. Every challenge teaches another lesson. Every setback reveals another hidden strength waiting to be developed. As your awareness grows, old habits lose their power. Fear begins to fade. Confidence replaces uncertainty. Clarity replaces confusion. Little by little, you become the person capable of creating the life you once believed was impossible. 3. Develop a mind that grows stronger every day. The greatest investment you will ever make is not in the stock market, real estate, or business. It is in the development of your own mind. A person with a growth mindset understands that success is never determined by where they begin. It is determined by how willing they are to keep learning long after everyone else has stopped. They do not believe intelligence is fixed. They believe every skill can be developed, every weakness can be improved, and every failure can become the foundation of future success. When life knocks them down, they don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What is this experience trying to teach me?" That single question transforms disappointment into education, obstacles into opportunities, and failures into stepping stones. People with a growth mindset welcome challenges because they understand something most people never discover. Comfort creates routine. Challenges create transformation. Every difficult conversation, every new responsibility, every unfamiliar skill, and every obstacle carries within it the opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and more valuable than before. They also choose their environment carefully. Your mindset is shaped by the people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, excuses, and fear, those attitudes slowly become your own. But when you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and optimistic people, their habits begin to influence yours. Their standards become your standards. Their belief in growth strengthens your own. Criticism no longer becomes something to fear. Instead of taking feedback personally, successful people treat it as valuable information. They know that every honest correction brings them one step closer to excellence. And perhaps the greatest secret of all is this: talent may open a door, but discipline, persistence, and consistent effort are what keep that door open. History repeatedly proves that ordinary people with extraordinary determination accomplish far more than gifted individuals who refuse to grow. Never stop feeding your mind. Read books that challenge your thinking. Learn skills that increase your value. Seek mentors who expand your perspective. Stay curious even after you become successful. Because the moment you believe you know everything, your growth comes to an end. The people who achieve extraordinary success are not those who have all the answers. They are the ones who never stop asking better questions, never stop learning, and never stop becoming a stronger version of themselves. 4. Turn pressure into your greatest source of strength. Life will test you. There will be moments when everything seems to go wrong at once. Plans will fall apart. Unexpected problems will appear without warning. People will disappoint you. Opportunities may slip through your hands. During those moments, it is easy to believe that life is working against you. But here's a truth that separates extraordinary people from ordinary ones. It isn't the amount of pressure you face that determines your future. It is the way you respond to that pressure. Every successful person has experienced failure, uncertainty, rejection, and overwhelming challenges. The difference is that they refuse to let those moments define them. Instead of allowing pressure to break their spirit, they allowed it to build their character. Stress is not your enemy. In fact, a certain amount of pressure is necessary for growth. Just as a diamond is formed under immense pressure, your greatest strengths are often developed during your most difficult seasons. The real danger is not stress itself. The real danger is believing you are powerless against it. When you lose control of your thoughts, stress controls your life. Your mind begins imagining worst-case scenarios. Small problems appear enormous. Decisions become harder. Your confidence slowly disappears, not because life became impossible, but because your thinking became clouded. This is why mastering your inner state is more valuable than trying to control every situation around you. When challenges appear, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask instead, "What strength is this experience helping me build?" That single question changes your perspective completely. Instead of becoming a victim of circumstances, you become a student of life. One of the fastest ways to regain control during stressful moments is to slow yourself down. Take a deep breath. Silence the endless noise in your mind. Give yourself permission to pause before making important decisions. A calm mind sees opportunities that an anxious mind completely misses. Your body also plays an important role in your emotional strength. Movement changes your mood. A simple walk, regular exercise, stretching, or spending time outdoors can completely transform your mental state. Physical activity releases energy that stress tries to trap inside you. As your body becomes stronger, your mind follows. Never underestimate the power of rest. Many people wear exhaustion like a badge of honor, believing that working harder is always the answer. But an exhausted mind makes poor decisions. It loses creativity. It becomes impatient, emotional, and easily discouraged. True productivity isn't about doing more. It's about protecting the energy that allows you to perform at your best. Resilient people also understand they don't have to fight every battle alone. Seeking advice from a mentor, sharing your struggles with trusted friends, or learning from someone who has already overcome similar obstacles is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom. Every challenge becomes easier when viewed through the eyes of experience. Another powerful habit is creating space for joy. Life should never become a constant cycle of work and worry. Spend time doing things that refresh your spirit. Read inspiring books. Listen to meaningful conversations. Develop skills that excite you. Enjoy moments with the people you love. These experiences refill the emotional reservoir that stress slowly drains. Protect your peace with the same determination you protect your dreams. Not every argument deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every opportunity deserves your time. Learn to walk away from environments that constantly create negativity, criticism, and emotional exhaustion. Every time you choose peace over unnecessary conflict, you become mentally stronger. Remember this. Storms never last forever. Every difficult season eventually passes. But the strength you build while walking through that season stays with you for the rest of your life. Life will continue testing your patience, your courage, and your determination. Meet every challenge with confidence. Stand firm when others panic. Remain hopeful when others surrender. Because the person who learns to stay calm under pressure becomes the person everyone else looks to when life becomes uncertain. 5. Change your thoughts. Change your destiny. Everything you see around you today once existed as a thought inside someone's mind. Every business, every invention, every fortune, every achievement, every masterpiece. Thought is the beginning of creation. That is why your thoughts deserve your greatest attention. Whether you realize it or not, your mind is constantly writing the story of your future. Every belief you repeat becomes stronger. Every emotion you feed grows larger. Every thought you accept eventually influences the decisions you make. If your mind constantly whispers, "I'm not smart enough. Success isn't meant for me. I always fail," eventually, your actions begin to match those beliefs. You hesitate. You procrastinate. You avoid opportunities. Not because you lack ability, but because your own thoughts convinced you that success belongs to someone else. Fortunately, the opposite is equally true. Positive thinking is not pretending life is perfect. It is choosing to believe that every problem has a solution, every setback contains a lesson, and every day offers another chance to become better than yesterday. Replace destructive thoughts with empowering ones. When your mind says, "I can't," answer with, "I can learn." When it says, "I'm too late," reply, "My best chapter can begin today." When fear tells you to stop, let faith remind you why you started. These small conversations inside your own mind quietly shape the person you become. Another life-changing habit is gratitude. Most people spend their lives focusing on what they don't have. They overlook the blessings already surrounding them. The opportunity to learn. The ability to improve. The people who support them. The lessons hidden inside every challenge. Gratitude changes what your mind notices. Instead of searching for reasons to complain, it begins searching for reasons to believe. That shift alone can completely transform your outlook on life. Never forget the influence of the people around you. Your environment silently shapes your thinking every single day. Spend enough time with people who complain, criticize, and expect failure, and eventually those habits become your own. Spend time with people who dream bigger, work harder, and believe anything is possible, and their confidence begins to awaken your own. Choose your circle wisely. Because your future often resembles the expectations of the people you listen to most. Finally, become the guardian of your own mind. Feed it with books that inspire you, ideas that challenge you, conversations that strengthen you, experiences that expand your vision. Protect it from endless negativity, fear, and hopelessness. Your mind is your greatest asset. Treat it like one. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your actions. The quality of your actions determines the quality of your life. And the day you decide to master your thinking is the day you begin creating a future that once seemed impossible. 5. Feed your mind with thoughts that build your future. Every great achievement begins long before the world can see it. It begins with a single thought. The life you are living today is, in many ways, the result of the thoughts you have repeated for years. Your beliefs influence your choices. Your choices shape your habits. Your habits ultimately determine your future. That is why guarding your thoughts is one of the greatest responsibilities you will ever have. Many people unknowingly become prisoners of their own inner voice. Every morning, they wake up repeating the same silent messages. "I'm not good enough. Success isn't meant for people like me. I always make mistakes." At first, these words seem harmless. But repeated day after day, they become accepted as truth. Soon, those beliefs begin controlling every decision. Opportunities are ignored. Dreams are postponed. Confidence slowly fades away, not because ability is missing, but because belief is missing. The good news is this. Your mind can be retrained. Every negative thought can be challenged. Every limiting belief can be replaced. When your mind whispers, "I can't do this," answer it with, "I may not know how today, but I can learn." When fear says, "You're going to fail," respond with, "Every successful person failed before they succeeded." These small mental victories eventually become powerful habits. Positive thinking is not pretending problems don't exist. It is refusing to let problems control your imagination. It is choosing to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. It is believing that every obstacle carries the seed of an opportunity waiting to be discovered. Each time life presents a setback, ask yourself, "What is this situation trying to teach me?" That question immediately shifts your mind from frustration to growth. Little by little, you stop seeing yourself as someone who suffers through life and begin seeing yourself as someone who grows because of life. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build every time you replace doubt with action, fear with faith, and excuses with responsibility. Train your mind every day. Read ideas that challenge you. Listen to voices that inspire you. Think thoughts that move you closer to your purpose. Because the quality of your future will never rise above the quality of your thinking. 6. Dreams mean nothing without action. Every person has dreams. Millions imagine a better future. They picture financial freedom, better health, a meaningful career, a life filled with purpose. But only a small number ever transform those dreams into reality. The difference is not desire. The difference is action. A dream without a plan remains only a wish. If you truly want to change your life, you must give your dreams a destination. Instead of saying, "I want to become successful," ask yourself, "What is the very first step I can take today?" Great achievements are never built in a single day. They are built one decision, one habit, one disciplined action at a time. Every small victory becomes another brick in the foundation of extraordinary success. Many people never begin because they are waiting for the perfect moment. They believe they need more confidence, more knowledge, more money, more certainty. But perfection is one of the greatest enemies of progress. If you wait until everything feels perfect, you may spend your entire life standing at the starting line. Successful people understand a simple truth. Imperfect action always creates more opportunities than perfect intentions. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master once made mistakes. Every successful entrepreneur once faced uncertainty. They succeeded because they started before they felt completely ready. Another silent enemy of success is procrastination. The longer you postpone an important decision, the heavier it becomes. What could have been accomplished today slowly turns into regret tomorrow. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates even greater action. That is the cycle of achievement. Make it a habit to review your goals every day. Ask yourself, what moved me closer to my dream today? What distracted me? What can I improve tomorrow? These simple questions keep your mind focused on growth instead of excuses. Write your goals down. Track your progress. Celebrate every small victory. Never underestimate the power of small wins. A tiny improvement repeated every day becomes extraordinary over time. Remember, success is not one giant leap. It is thousands of small steps taken consistently when no one is watching. Keep moving. Keep learning. Keep improving. The person who refuses to stop eventually reaches places others only dream about. 7. Gratitude is the magnet that attracts greater success. One of the fastest ways to change your life is to change what you focus on. Most people spend their days thinking about everything they don't have. More money, more time, more opportunities, more recognition. The more they focus on what's missing, the more discouraged they become. Successful people develop a completely different habit. They begin by appreciating what already exists. Gratitude is far more than saying, "Thank you." It is a way of training your mind to recognize opportunity instead of lack. Every morning, ask yourself, what blessings already exist in my life? Perhaps it is your health, your family, the chance to learn, the opportunity to begin again. Even the smallest blessing deserves your attention. When gratitude becomes a daily habit, your perspective begins to change. Instead of seeing obstacles everywhere, you begin noticing possibilities. Instead of complaining about what is missing, you become inspired by what can still be created. Gratitude and optimism always walk together. Optimism does not ignore life's challenges. It simply refuses to believe that today's struggle will last forever. Optimistic people still experience setbacks. They still fail. They still face disappointment. But they never allow temporary problems to convince them that their future is hopeless. Every challenge becomes another opportunity to grow stronger. Every obstacle becomes another lesson preparing them for greater success. Science continues to confirm what great thinkers have understood for generations. The thoughts you repeat reshape your brain. The more often you practice gratitude, hope, and appreciation, the more naturally your mind begins searching for positive possibilities instead of negative outcomes. This is why your daily environment matters. Read uplifting books. Listen to encouraging voices. Spend time with people who believe in growth. Speak words that strengthen others. Protect your mind from constant negativity. Your thoughts become habits. Your habits become character. Your character becomes your destiny. Choose gratitude every day. Choose hope when others choose fear. Choose faith when others surrender to doubt. Because a grateful heart sees opportunities that a negative mind will never notice. And when gratitude becomes your way of life, success no longer feels like luck. It becomes the natural result of the person you have chosen to become. 8. Choose your environment before it chooses you. One decision can quietly shape your future more than almost any other. It isn't where you were born. It isn't how much money you have. It isn't even how talented you are. It is who you allow to influence your mind every single day. Whether you realize it or not, every conversation you have, every person you spend time with, every book you read, and every video you watch is slowly shaping the person you are becoming. Your environment is either lifting you higher or quietly pulling you backward. There is no middle ground. Take a moment and honestly look at the people closest to you. Do they encourage your dreams? Do they challenge you to become better? Do they celebrate your progress? Or do they constantly complain, criticize, and remind you of every reason your goals won't work? The answers to these questions reveal more about your future than you may think. Success grows in environments where belief is stronger than doubt. When you surround yourself with people who think positively, work with discipline, and refuse to give up, their attitude begins to influence your own. Confidence becomes contagious. Determination becomes normal. Excellence becomes the standard. This is why successful people carefully protect their circle. They understand that one encouraging voice can change the direction of an entire life. A wise mentor can help you avoid years of unnecessary mistakes. A loyal friend can remind you of your strength when you've forgotten it yourself. A community filled with ambitious people can awaken dreams you never believed were possible. But the opposite is equally true. Negative environments slowly poison even the strongest ambitions. Constant criticism creates self-doubt. Endless complaints destroy enthusiasm. People who fear change often discourage those who are brave enough to pursue it. If you remain surrounded by negativity long enough, you may eventually begin believing limitations that never truly belong to you. Remember, not everyone deserves unlimited access to your mind. Sometimes protecting your future means creating healthy boundaries. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove anyone wrong. Simply choose peace over unnecessary negativity. Distance yourself from people who drain your energy and move closer to those who expand your vision. Your environment is no longer limited to the people standing beside you. Every day your phone, computer, and social media compete for your attention. The content you consume silently programs your thinking. If you constantly feed your mind with fear, conflict, gossip, and hopelessness, don't be surprised when your outlook becomes filled with anxiety. But if you intentionally fill your mind with inspiring books, educational content, powerful conversations, and ideas that encourage growth, your thinking begins to rise to a higher level. Feed your mind with what you want your future to become. Even the conversations you participate in matter. Some conversations revolve around problems. Others revolve around possibilities. Some people spend hours discussing why success is impossible. Others spend the same amount of time discovering ways to create it. Choose your conversations carefully. Words create thoughts. Thoughts create beliefs. Beliefs create actions. And actions create destiny. If you want to become extraordinary, surround yourself with people who challenge you to think beyond your current limits. Protect your peace. Protect your purpose. Protect your vision. Because the quality of your environment eventually becomes the quality of your life. 9. Success requires balance, not burnout. Many people believe success belongs to the person who works the longest hours. They sacrifice sleep, ignore their health, neglect their families, convince themselves that rest is for the weak. But sooner or later, exhaustion always sends the bill. A tired body cannot support a focused mind. An exhausted mind cannot make wise decisions. Burnout has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. True success is not built by running yourself into the ground. It is built by learning when to work with intensity and when to recover with purpose. Think of yourself as an athlete preparing for the greatest competition of your life. No champion trains 24 hours a day. They understand that muscles grow during recovery. The human mind works exactly the same way. Rest is not time wasted. It is where your strength is rebuilt. Give yourself permission to enjoy life. Read books that inspire you. Take walks that clear your mind. Spend time with people who make you laugh. Develop hobbies that awaken your creativity. These moments are not distractions from success. They are part of success. Your physical health also deserves your full attention. Your body is the vehicle carrying every dream you hope to achieve. Protect it. Sleep deeply. Eat foods that give you energy. Move your body every day. Exercise does more than strengthen muscles. It strengthens confidence. It sharpens focus. It improves emotional control. The stronger your body becomes, the more resilient your mind becomes. Balance also requires healthy boundaries. Not every opportunity deserves your time. Not every request deserves a yes. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful forms of self-respect. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Because once your energy is gone, even the greatest opportunities lose their value. Remember this. Working longer does not always mean accomplishing more. Focused effort always defeats endless effort. A clear mind working for 4 hours often achieves more than a distracted mind working for 12. The goal is not simply to stay busy. The goal is to stay effective. When your life is balanced, your confidence grows. Your creativity returns. Your decisions become wiser. Your relationships become stronger. And success becomes sustainable instead of temporary. Build a life that allows you to achieve without destroying the person you're becoming. Because true wealth includes peace of mind. 10. Never stop becoming better than you were yesterday. The greatest mistake anyone can make is believing they have already learned enough. The moment growth stops, progress stops. Life rewards people who remain students, no matter how successful they become. Every new skill you learn increases your value. Every book you read expands your perspective. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your character. The world never stands still. Technology changes. Businesses change. Opportunities change. People who refuse to grow eventually get left behind. But those who continue learning remain prepared for every new opportunity life places before them. Treat every experience as a teacher. Success has lessons. Failure has lessons. Victory teaches confidence. Defeat teaches wisdom. Both are necessary. Make self-reflection a daily habit. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? What mistake made me stronger? What one habit can I improve tomorrow? These simple questions keep you moving forward instead of standing still. Growth is rarely dramatic. Most of the time, it happens quietly. One better decision. One better habit. One better conversation. One better day. Small improvements may seem insignificant in the moment, but repeated consistently, they transform ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Never compare your journey with someone else's. Compare today's version of yourself with yesterday's. If you are becoming wiser, stronger, more disciplined, more patient, then you are already succeeding. Remember, your greatest competition has never been another person. It has always been the person you were yesterday. Commit yourself to lifelong learning. Remain curious. Stay humble enough to keep growing. Stay courageous enough to keep trying. Because the people who achieve extraordinary success are not those who know everything. They are the ones who never stop learning, never stop improving, and never stop believing that their best chapter is still waiting to be written. Master your mind. Master your habits. Master your actions. And the life you've imagined will slowly become the life you live. The final truth: greatness is built one day at a time. Many people spend their lives searching for a single breakthrough that will change everything overnight. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect idea, the perfect moment. But success has never worked that way. The greatest achievements in history were not created in a single day. They were built through thousands of small decisions that seemed insignificant at the time. One better habit. One better choice. One more lesson. One more attempt. That is how extraordinary lives are created. Most people dramatically overestimate what they can accomplish in a single week. Yet they completely underestimate what consistent effort can achieve over 5 years. Never underestimate the power of small improvements. A single page read every day becomes dozens of books. A single workout becomes a stronger body. A single disciplined decision repeated daily becomes a completely different life. The secret has never been speed. The secret has always been consistency. Remember this. You do not need to become extraordinary today. You only need to become slightly better than yesterday. Those tiny improvements quietly multiply until one day people call your success luck. But you will know the truth. It was never luck. It was discipline repeated long enough to become destiny. Another quality shared by every successful person is their willingness to embrace change. Life never remains the same. New opportunities appear. Old habits stop working. Technology evolves. Markets change. People change. And you must be willing to grow with them. Those who resist change often spend their lives fighting reality. Those who welcome change discover possibilities that others never notice. Instead of asking, Why is everything changing? Ask, how can I grow because of this change? That simple question transforms uncertainty into opportunity. The strongest trees survive powerful storms not because the wood is unbreakable, but because the branches are flexible enough to bend without breaking. Your mind must become just as adaptable. Flexibility is not weakness. It is wisdom. Every challenge teaches a lesson. Every failure reveals a weakness that can become a future strength. Every unexpected change prepares you for opportunities you cannot yet see. Growth also requires emotional maturity. True intelligence is not measured only by what you know. It is measured by how well you manage yourself. Can you remain calm under pressure? Can you forgive instead of holding resentment? Can you listen before judging? Can you control your emotions instead of allowing your emotions to control you? These abilities separate respected leaders from ordinary followers. The stronger your emotional intelligence becomes, the stronger every area of your life becomes. Your relationships improve. Your decisions become wiser. Your confidence grows deeper. Your influence becomes greater. Always remember, perfection is not the goal. Progress is. You will make mistakes. You will experience failure. You will face disappointment. That is not proof that you are losing, that it is proof that you are growing. Every successful person carries invisible scars earned through persistence. Do not fear mistakes. Fear refusing to learn from them. Keep moving. Keep improving. Keep believing. Because the person who refuses to stop growing eventually becomes the person they once admired from a distance. Your future begins with today's decision. As you reach the end of this message, remember one simple truth. Your future will not be created by chance. It will be created by the decisions you make after this moment. Every thought you choose. Every habit you build. Every book you read. Every challenge you face. Every person you allow into your life. Every action you take. These are the invisible bricks that build your destiny. You already possess far more potential than you realize. The only question is whether you are willing to develop it. Do not wait for confidence before taking action. Action creates confidence. Do not wait for perfect conditions. They rarely exist. Start where you are. Use what you have. Become a little stronger every day. Guard your mind as carefully as you guard your greatest treasure. Fill it with faith instead of fear. Discipline instead of excuses. Possibility instead of limitation. And purpose instead of distraction. Months from now, years from now, you will look back at this moment and realize that your life did not change because of one lucky opportunity. It changed because you made one powerful decision. The decision to take responsibility for your thinking. The decision to master your habits. The decision to keep growing when others stopped. The decision to become the architect of your own destiny. So let me leave you with one final question. Who will you choose to become, starting today? Because your answer to that question will shape every chapter of the life you are about to write. The final truth: greatness is built one day at a time. Many people spend their lives searching for a single breakthrough that will change everything overnight. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect idea, the perfect moment. But success has never worked that way. The greatest achievements in history were not created in a single day. They were built through thousands of small decisions that seemed insignificant at the time. One better habit. One better choice. One more lesson. One more attempt. That is how extraordinary lives are created. Most people dramatically overestimate what they can accomplish in a single week. Yet they completely underestimate what consistent effort can achieve over 5 years. Never underestimate the power of small improvements. A single page read every day becomes dozens of books. A single workout becomes a stronger body. A single disciplined decision repeated daily becomes a completely different life. The secret has never been speed. The secret has always been consistency. Remember this. You do not need to become extraordinary today. You only need to become slightly better than yesterday. Those tiny improvements quietly multiply until one day people call your success luck. But you will know the truth. It was never luck. It was discipline repeated long enough to become destiny. Another quality shared by every successful person is their willingness to embrace change. Life never remains the same. New opportunities appear. Old habits stop working. Technology evolves. Markets change. People change. And you must be willing to grow with them. Those who resist change often spend their lives fighting reality. Those who welcome change discover possibilities that others never notice. Instead of asking, "Why is everything changing?" ask, "How can I grow because of this change?" That simple question transforms uncertainty into opportunity. The strongest trees survive powerful storms not because the wood is unbreakable, but because the branches are flexible enough to bend without breaking. Your mind must become just as adaptable. Flexibility is not weakness. It is wisdom. Every challenge teaches a lesson. Every failure reveals a weakness that can become a future strength. Every unexpected change prepares you for opportunities you cannot yet see. Growth also requires emotional maturity. True intelligence is not measured only by what you know. It is measured by how well you manage yourself. Can you remain calm under pressure? Can you forgive instead of holding resentment? Can you listen before judging? Can you control your emotions instead of allowing your emotions to control you? These abilities separate respected leaders from ordinary followers. The stronger your emotional intelligence becomes, the stronger every area of your life becomes. Your relationships improve. Your decisions become wiser. Your confidence grows deeper. Your influence becomes greater. Always remember, perfection is not the goal. Progress is. You will make mistakes. You will experience failure. You will face disappointment. That is not proof that you are losing. It is proof that you are growing. Every successful person carries invisible scars earned through persistence. Do not fear mistakes. Fear refusing to learn from them. Keep moving. Keep improving. Keep believing. Because the person who refuses to stop growing eventually becomes the person they once admired from a distance. Your future begins with today's decision. As you reach the end of this message, remember one simple truth. Your future will not be created by chance. It will be created by the decisions you make after this moment. Every thought you choose. Every habit you build. Every book you read. Every challenge you face. Every person you allow into your life. Every action you take. These are the invisible bricks that build your destiny. You already possess far more potential than you realize. The only question is whether you are willing to develop it. Do not wait for confidence before taking action. Action creates confidence. Do not wait for perfect conditions. They rarely exist. Start where you are. Use what you have. Become a little stronger every day. Guard your mind as carefully as you guard your greatest treasure. Fill it with faith instead of fear. Discipline instead of excuses. Possibility instead of limitation. And purpose instead of distraction. Months from now, years from now, you will look back at this moment and realize that your life did not change because of one lucky opportunity. It changed because you made one powerful decision. The decision to take responsibility for your thinking. The decision to master your habits. The decision to keep growing when others stopped. The decision to become the architect of your own destiny. So let me leave you with one final question. Who will you choose to become, starting today? Because your answer to that question will shape every chapter of the life you are about to write. Before you leave, remember this. Your future is not decided by your past. It is decided by the choices you make from this moment forward. Every thought you control, every habit you build, every challenge you refuse to surrender to, brings you one step closer to the person you were born to become. Never stop believing in your potential. Never stop growing. And never allow temporary setbacks to convince you to abandon a permanent dream. If this message touched your heart or inspired you to become a stronger, wiser, and more disciplined version of yourself, please take a moment to like this video and share it with your friends and family. You never know who might need these words today. Your single share could be the spark that changes someone's life. And if you're committed to mastering your mindset, building unshakable confidence, and creating lasting success, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next lesson on personal growth and success. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, keep believing, keep growing, and remember, the greatest investment you will ever make is the investment you make in yourself.